Hello, this is the 141st edition of Catch of the Day, available on the Branch Talk YouTube channel. Today we're going to continue reading from Doug Mitchell's book, When the Siege Has Ended, EZ5, The Judgement for the Living. Starting at the top of page 37, it says, as our study, Dry Bones Extra, addresses the specifics of the resurrection of the dry bones, and the meaning of the above quoted verse, we will again direct the reader to that study. Following is some of what Ellen White said about our need for a spiritual resurrection. A renewal of the straight testimony. The Lord calls for a renewal of the straight testimony born in years past. He calls for a renewal of spiritual life. The spiritual energies of His people have long been torpid, but there is to be a resurrection from apparent death. By prayer and confession of sin, we must clear the King's highway. As we do this, the power of the Spirit will come to us. We need the Pentecostal energy. This will come, for the Lord has promised to send His Spirit as the all-conquering power. Perilous times are before us. The time of Jacob's trouble is at the very doors. Everyone who has a knowledge of the truth should awake and place himself, body, soul, and spirit, under the discipline of God. The enemy is on our track. We must be wide awake, on our guard against him. We must put on the whole armor of God. We must follow the directions given through the spirits of prophecy, the precept upon precept, line upon line. We must love and obey the truth for this time. This will save us from accepting strong delusions. God has spoken to us through His Word. He has spoken to us through the testimonies of the church and through the books that have helped to make plain our present duty and the position that we should now occupy. The warnings that have been given, line upon line, precept upon precept, should be heeded. If we disregard them, what excuse can we offer? I beseech those who are laboring for God not to accept the spurious for the genuine. Let not human reason be placed where divine sanctifying truth should be. Christ is waiting to kindle faith and love in the hearts of His people. Let not erroneous theories receive countenance from the people who ought to be standing firm on the platform of eternal truth. God calls upon us to hold firmly to the fundamental principles that are based upon unquestionable authority. Testimonies 8, page 297-98. Therein we find that the renewal of spiritual life that we need is a renewal of a life of faith and love, made possible by our following the directions given through the spirit of prophecy, the line upon line, precept upon precept. Our faith is to have a resurrection. We need breath, the breath of the divine life breathed into us. Testimonies 8, page 45 and 46. That is exactly what the reformed, lifeless bodies of Ezekiel 37:8 need. The breath, spirit of the divine life breathed into them. Previously, we learned that instead of following the heavenly fire as the scroll unrolled that would have purified those who received it, people chose to walk in the sparks of their own kindling, which Ellen White calls human reason. That takes the place where divine sanctifying truth should be. We also learn that supplanting the truth with human reasoning has touched every phase of the movement as the scroll unrolled. So what is the Lord to do now to remedy this situation? The Lord through Isaiah further laid out the matter in clear terms as to why the situation is as it is, how he has brought evidence before his people that they cannot gainsay regarding the unrolling of the scroll and what he is to do. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Lord, and make mention of the Lord, or the God of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves upon the God of Israel. The Lord of hosts is his name. Isaiah 48, 1 and 2. Take care.